In this week's video, I'm cutting real-life, genuine working Hacksmith lightsabers into shadow foam, and let's try and cut the shadow foam with it too. Hey guys, Jonathan here, and we're at B&M picking up this rustic shelf because we're going to be turning it into something to house and protect these Hacksmith lightsabers. So the plan is take this back to the workshop, add some foam to it, sort out these 3 lightsabers plus all the accessories in this as an epic wall display. Let's get it back to the workshop and let's have a look. So back from B&M, got the shelf, and I've also got a can of butane gas, which is what you need to fill up these lightsabers and get them burning. So let's get this opened, have a look at it and see if it's going to be suitable for what I've got planned. So there we go, that's the shelf all put together. And it's solid, it's a nice thing for 15 quid, quite simple. You might be wondering where the heck is the foam going, because it is very simple, but I have got a plan.
I have a plan.
But before we get into that, let me show you the bits that have come from James, the hacksmith himself. So most of you watching this are going to know exactly who the hacksmith is. But for those of you who don't, he's an amazing Canadian inventor engineer that's been bringing objects and inventions that only exist in the movies into the real world. He's created some absolutely fantastic, unbelievable items. And let me show you some of the best. He was over here last year now, because I've had some of these items for quite a while. Now, the book James brought for me, and it is almost too good to use, this thing. I absolutely love it. If you're from the UK and you're into engineering, or you're an engineer, you'll know what a Zeus book is. Let me know in the comments. Do you know what a Zeus book is? So the Hacksmith from Canada integrated the Zeus book basically into this really cool gridded notebook. So you've got all kind of tap and drill sizes, you've got bolt specs and thread sizes, we've got pipe tapping sizes, loads of bolt stuff, we've got sheet metal gauges, and then you've got wire gauge charts, periodic table, that is handy, material properties of metals. Majority of it is what you would find in a Zeus book, but then you've also got the strength of different materials, including plastics. It's like a little bit of a crossover from the old school Zeus book to what might be considered like modern day materials and 3D printing, because you've got the strength of like PETG and ABS and stuff, which is what you can print with the 3D printer. So it's a great book, and it's like embossed, and it comes with this pen which has got a level on it. So the things that the Hacksmith has on his website are really good quality items. So he brought me that, and then my favorite thing is this wallet. Now I'll open the box, which in itself is great. And where's the wallet gone? Well, I've been using this wallet every day for about the past 3 months. I've always had a thick leather wallet, jam-packed with cards and receipts and all kinds. I mean, I see these on Facebook all the time. You know, these like minimalist wallets, and I always think it's a bit of a novelty really, because you've got too much stuff. I always like to have cash on me, just an old habit really. Always have a bit of cash just in case the system fails us.
You know, when the justice system fails and...
But there you go, it's like a fidget thing, this. So it's like a leather wallet with the Hacksmith logo on it, silicone band, and it's got a pocket front and back, which I just fill with cash pretty much. Cash in the front, cash in the back, and then we've got 6 cards. That's flipping awesome. I love it. So that's my favorite item out of everything that I got from the Hacksmith store. That was the impulse buy. What I went there for, also an impulse tape measure. So that's a 5 meter Hacksmith tape measure too, which is really cool. But what I went there for was the lightsabers. That's what caught my eye, and that's what I really wanted. I mean, who wouldn't want their own lightsaber? So I've already opened this one. And one of the coolest things about these lightsabers is not only are they built really nicely, and they've got this really satisfying kind of button on the front, but you can see there we've got like an orange flame, but they come with a set of tips. What's this one? This one is calcium carbonate and sodium carbonate. So let me change one here. So this is the red pack, so I'll change it over to a red tip. They're only really thin metal, but if you can see it was an orange flame. So let me just change that over without touching it. avoid the urge to touch it.
No touching! No touching! No touching! No touching!
And now this one should be red. There you go, you can see it glowing red. How cool is that? That is fucking cool. Right, so that's red. Turn the lights back on quickly and then we'll try the green. I actually had 2 orders from the Hacksmith. One of them was the Founders Edition lightsaber, and the wallet, and the tape measure, the pad, and a few other bits James brought with him when he visited us from Canada last year. Now here we go, this is the green one. You ready? Lights off. That's mad, that, isn't it? What would you be? Would you be green or red? I'll have to get another lightsaber out now and we can have all 3 colours going at once. So you turn the light on. So that's the green one. I think that works. Green for the Rebels on the white lightsaber. That feels like it makes sense. So let's unpack the black lightsaber next. This feels more like an Imperial lightsaber, this one. Black and red. More my colours. Here we go, so we've got red and green now. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So we've got red and green. Let's open the final style. So this is a different style again. This is the silver with a red button. So you just use butane gas to fill these up. Make sure you hold it upside down and you basically just press in the nozzle of the butane gas refill into the bottom, and it fills up really, really quickly, and it does seem to last a good while, and it must be blasting the gas out because it's putting a really tall flame. That flame must be about 6 inches tall, the actual saber on it. Right, so that is the 3 lightsabers. I think we need to run them all at the same time. So turn the lights off. Let's see all the different colours together. So that is pretty flipping epic.
That is awesome, dude.
I think they're super cool. I just missed out. They actually have blue tips, but when I went there, they were sold out. These obviously are in popular demand, and I was very lucky to get 2 of these Founder Editions. So these are the very first model. If you back the original campaign, which I did, because I'm a big fan of the Hacksmith, I love what James is doing. I love what the guys at Hacksmith are doing. As soon as he announced this, I was thinking that's one for me. So I ordered 2 because I wanted one and I wanted to give one away. So we've got, this is a really cool giveaway, I think, because you can't get these now. They're super rare. So I've got one here, and I've also got a full set of the green tips and the red tips to go with it, and a 5-meter tape measure and a Hacksmith t-shirt. So that is the giveaway bundle. Now we love giveaways, really simple, easy giveaways, because, well, you guys tell us that you love them, and they work really simply. So all you have to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below this video, and it can be anything. I reiterate all the time in the videos, you don't have to say anything in particular. Just share your thoughts. Are you a Star Wars fan? Are you an Imperial fan? Or a Rebel fan? Or maybe you're, what colour would you go for? Whatever, let me know. I read all the comments and I reply to them all as well. So join the conversation down below this video, and then you'll be entered into the giveaway for this amazing setup, and don't let me forget, you also get one of these, which is a Hacksmith. It's like a brass coin that says, I helped develop the world's first lightsaber. And they also are quite rare. So you'll get one of those. This one here in the sealed Hacksmith packet will come with this little bundle here. So you don't want to miss out on that. Make sure you do those 3 things. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop us a comment, whatever it is, and you'll be in the draw for that. And then next month we'll just do, we love an old school tombola on this channel. So all the names go in a tombola. And then we draw a name out. So it's really cool. Make sure you're involved in that. That's really cool. So before we go any further, let's find out if this lightsaber can cut shadow foam. So I've already got it all gassed up and ready. Beams are ready. So there we go. I think we can comprehensively say a lightsaber cuts, or more like melts, shadow foam. And unless you're doing some sort of Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker, legs being melted off diorama, that's a mouthful, isn't it? unless you're doing that, I don't think this is the play for cutting shadow foam. But at least we've tried it. Let's get back to the build. That brings us now to what am I going to do with this shelf? What is the plan? Well, there's like a natural frame here and it sits against the wall. So I'll have a back panel. We've got about 50mm from the front of this to the back bracket. So when I mount this on the wall, I'm going to have a back surface to support the foam and then a frame to hold it in place. So the plan is to get a 50mm piece of foam, cut to these dimensions, which are 623mm by 637. And once we've got a piece of black foam in there, we can cut all of the lightsabers in place, plus the accessories, plus, when he was here last year, I got him to sign 2 of these plates, and it's something that we do with all of the makers and influencers that we meet and do collabs with. We get them to sign some of these little plates because we're all about putting things in foam, and it's very difficult to put a signature in foam, I'm sure you'd agree. So by signing these plates, we can do something special with them. So we've got quite a good collection of these now. It's getting to be quite a good collection. But this one, the second one, is going to go in this display. And I think this is a really cool way of adding labels to foam. And we are going to be doing that in the future, a labeling video, which talks about different methods of getting really cool labels and logos. And this is one of the techniques that I recommend, getting like pre-formed cut plates like this and then sticking them in the foam. So that's the plan. Hopefully you're on board and you followed along, you know what I'm doing. Let me go and get some foam and then I can sort of lay out. Right, so I've got a piece of 50mm black foam, and if you want a piece of foam to any size, you can go on Shadow Foam's custom size page and then you can pick something up. So we've gone for 624mm by 237, and that's a little bit of a tight squeeze because we want this. Well, now you're going to see where it's going. It's sliding in this little frame here, and we've literally got 50mm of depth, so it should, once it's mounted on the wall, just push back nice and flush to the wall. And there you go. That is basically the whole build. Piece of foam in there. It looks really nice and clean from the front, and we can cut the lightsabers in there. We can put the signed plaque. We can put the inserts. It should look quite nice. I'm not entirely sure on the layout yet, but the other good thing is we've got this little shelf here, so I can have other little bits sat on the shelf in the future, which I do like, and it does kind of match the vibe in this studio area. So 15 quid already. I'm feeling like this is a good project and possibly a good use. If you're buying medium sheets or our value packs, if you buy a 50mm black value pack, you may end up with offcuts that are awkward sizes like this. So this is a great use for bits and pieces of spare foam you might have. So let's do a layout. So I've got a layout I'm pretty happy with. Took a little bit of back and forth, and that is the trick with layouts. Take your time, because obviously there's, you know, loads of ways to skin a cat, and laying out shadow foam is no exception. There is loads of different options for layout. We had the lightsabers spread out more, we had them sideways, and I think what we've got to is quite nice. We want it symmetrical, and then we've got the Imperial saber over here with the red inserts. We've got the chrome version over this side. I wanted to put the Founders Edition in the middle. I felt like that was the centerpiece really for me. And then we've got the green inserts over this side, then we've got the Hacksmith signed plate, and then we've got the 3 coins there, and I think that should look really cool. So all I've got to do now is cut it in foam. Now, a bit of a top tip: when you're cutting around delicate items, I make sure I've got a sharp blade, and then I put a little bit of clear tape around it, just so I don't scratch any of the surface with the metal. So dead simple, bit of masking tape, bit of clear tape, whatever I've got. I think I can see some masking tape there, so that'll be perfect for this. And then all I'm doing is cutting around the items, putting a little bit of pressure on, cutting around the items. Once I've done that, once I've got captured the profile, take the item out of the way, cut down about 40mm. Once I've cut all the way down, I can then peel back layers, and for that I will probably peel back about 40mm of the foam, so the lightsabers sit nice and snug in there, because it's on a wall, I don't want them falling out. With the little coins, I'll do the same, but I'll make sure they're a bit shallower so they're flush with the surface. Same with these. The good thing about these inserts, I've got a spare green and a spare red, so I might cut these down really deep so I can have 2 sets of both, and then they're stored in there and I know where they are. So that's how you cut the foam. All you need to do that is one of our basic cutting kits. These come free with most orders on the Shadow Foam website, and the most important thing in that kit, aside from the knife itself, is this thing, the anti-cut glove. Make sure you're wearing the gloves, both of them or one of them. I usually just wear one on my left hand because that's what I'm holding the items with. And yeah, with all that said, let's get to cutting. So there we have it. That is the lightsaber display, and £15 it cost. £15 for the metal frame and shelf, an off-cut of 50mm black foam, and we've got something which is a truly one-off piece. I've got a plan for where it's going on the wall. Let me show you. Boosh. It matches the vibe of the workshop, and I think that is the perfect spot to put my drink, because I'm always cutting foam, and I don't know if you noticed in the overhead shots, I've always got a drink off to the right, and there's always a tendency of knocking it over, so having it place to put it up there is just the job. So let me mount it to the wall and get a final look at it. So there we go. That is the mini lightsaber build all done. And you've got to admit, how flipping cool are these things? We'll put a link in the description if you want to go and grab one of these from the Hacksmith store, along with all the other bits and bobs. And don't forget, drop a comment below, because that giveaway is going to be running for a very short time. And all you've got to do is comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. So it's dead simple, and you could win what I think is one of the best prizes we've offered in a very long time. So make sure you don't miss out. Thanks very much for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you like that video, why not check out some of our others? We've got new videos coming out every week. And Colin Furs, what's the quickest way for people to see these videos?
Subscribe.